Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the third round of the Battle of the Manors series. We are here driving as Will Stevens in Shanghai, having driven as Roberto Merry in Malaysia. As here we're just waiting to select tyres and now ready to go for our qualifying lap. And across the line goes Will Stevens to start his lap. Valtteri Bottas there, and as you can see the ghost car. Heading into turn 1. A little bit deep, using a bit of the green AstroTurf, but shouldn't cost us too much. Now into turn 2. Sorry the mouse that you can see on the screen, I forgot to put it off the screen. That's what I need to do with shadow play on using 2 monitors. I can just get it off the screen. As now heading into turn 6, I think it is, and we are actually up on Merry at the moment. You can see it says P19, but now we're in P20, which means Roberto Merry currently on this lap is ahead of us. As we now head into the middle sector. Now into the double left-hander. Now down the back straight. Let's see where Stevens is in P19 at the moment, ahead of Roberto Merry. It's a good lap from Will Stevens, as he now exits the long snail corner down the back straight. Obviously, the time the driver gets to relax in the car because you're not doing much except changing gear. Now heading into the heavy braking zone. Whoa! He just veered to the left under braking. There was game lag involved there. And I'm sure everyone would have probably noticed. But now we have actually lost P19. So we're going to be having to start at the back of the grid. Unfortunately. Obviously it wasn't our fault due to game lag. I mean, obviously it was a decent lap up until then. For Will Stevens. As he's now just heading to the end of the section of the track. Now it's time. We're just getting ready. As you can see, Will Stevens is not happy. They're just getting ready for the race to get underway. As obviously he's starting at the back of the grid. It's Hamilton on pole.
It's nearly 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon here in Shanghai, and that means only one thing. It's time for the Chinese Grand Prix. As the engineers make their last inspections of the cars, let's take a look at today's grid order for the race.
Okay, here we go. We have the lights in Shanghai. Lights out, and away we go. And it looks like Will has got a reasonable launch. He goes to the middle of the track, trying to get alongside Roberto as they head into the first corner. The two Manor Marussia cars side by side as they enter turn 1. But Will Stevens now round the outside of both McLarens and Marcus Ericsson, as they now head on, not quite on Fernando Alonso. Now Jenson Button's able to hold it around the outside. Now riding on board with Will Stevens, he doesn't get the best of exit. He's going to have to fend going into turn 6. Is he going to have a look down the inside of Alonso as well? Yes, he is. Is he going to be able to make it stick? Nope, Alonso gets the better exit in the McLaren Honda as they now exit the complex of corners. As now moving on to later in the lap, Marcus Ericsson is on the inside of Will Stevens on the exit of the chicane, now into the snail corner. I think Will Stevens has the inside line, so he should be able to defend the position. They're side by side. This is nail-biting stuff, but Will Stevens eventually had to back off, and there seems to have been a bit of a block up ahead as he now has to pass the two McLarens, which is where things could get tasty. Down the inside of Button, now down Alonso, now down the inside of Button. And he has made that move stick. He's now got the Force India of Sergio Perez ahead as he heads into the final corner. And Jenson Button is currently right behind Will Stevens. So they head into the first corner. And Will Stevens runs wide. And he's let the two McLarens and almost Marcus Ericsson through. Is he going to be able to defend from the Sauber car? He's alongside Fernando Alonso. And there's contact. Alonso didn't give him any space. As Stevens now has to defend going into the complex of corners. Now he has the inside line and he has made that move stick. There's more contact. And Ericsson's able to get through. And Mary gets alongside. But Stevens is able to defend the position. Now you're riding on board with Roberto Mary. Will Stevens puts up a fight, but Mary is able to get through down the straight. Decent move there from Roberto Mary. He just simply gets through down the inside. Will Stevens trying to get the exit, but there was a bit of contact there, and Mary's able to get the position. He's very slow through the final corner, and there's a bit of contact. As now they head down the straight on lap 3 of this 5-lap race. It's been quite an entertaining one so far. He's going to try it round the outside, heading into turn 1. Is he going to be able to make it stick? He's going to try it. He's going to have the inside going into 2. There's contact, and Will has lost traction. And this means Mary's going to keep the position. So much going on so far. It's now later in the lap. Will Stevens is going to have another look down the inside. A bit more contact. Is Stevens going to be able to... And Mary completely brake checks him. They're alongside each other as they head towards chicane. Stevens has the inside line and he seems to have made it stick, but he's left too much space on the inside. And Roberto Mary is able to get through. And he loses momentum, so he's not going to get it done on the DRS straight. But now it's lap 4 and he's already on the inside and he's not quite able to make it through in the snail corner, but now down the straight he's going to have DRS from Roberto as they head up into the hairpin at the end of the straight. He's got DRS, and is he going to be able to make that move stick? The answer is yes, he has done it. But Roberto Mary gets a better exit as they head on the exit of the hairpin. Now into the final corner. Is Stevens going to be able to get the advantage he needs with the use of DRS? Down the main straight he goes. Heading into turn 1. Is he going to be able to get the drive he needs? Now into turn 2. And he has made that move stick. Will Stevens is ahead of Roberto Mary. At this stage he would move ahead of Roberto Mary in the championship, seeing as he'd have 2 19 places to Roberto's 1. But now on the exit of the corner, it looks like he's not going to be challenged going into this corner. But it all depends on how he can take this last lap, because it seems that both Manors are very equal in terms of pace. He's had to go to the inside to defend as they head into the fast corner complex. I really do not know my corner numbers here. And the corner I was referring to as turn 6, I probably got completely wrong. But he's having to defend like crazy from his teammate. They're just battling out. I'm sure John Booth and Graham Loudon will be watching nervously on the pit wall. Probably not, because the cameras is probably tied to the Mercedes. But if they can see the onboard cameras, they'll probably be watching nervously on the pit wall, watching their 2 cars battle it out as they head into this snail corner. But Will has ran very wide, and this is going to lose the momentum. And here comes Roberto Mary down the inside. Will tries to put up as much of a fight as he can as they head down the straight. Is he going to be able to get that position back? He's going to have a last minute go down the inside. It's a bit of contact, but I think Roberto has managed to defend that position as they now head into the final corner. Is Will Stevens? He's got the exit. They could finish side by side here. They could finish side by side, and Roberto Mary just gets it. What a race that was between the 2 teammates. Wheel to wheel. Great driving from the pair of them. Obviously, Will Stevens will be disappointed because now Mary is ahead of him in the championship. But what a race. That was a thriller. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you on Wednesday for the 2nd episode of Checo's Charge to Glory. Goodbye.